the competition, everybody's back, right? And so there's kind of a little bit of fun in competition. How's that for you to be able to see the guys competing so hard?
Well, if you were just watching what they were doing, they were competing. We as coaches certainly want to encourage that. I think that helps the training environment. It makes the players better. There's a lot of positives out of it. You know, the negative comes when you have to make tough lineup choices. You got to make sure you're honest with the players and make sure that they understand that there's still a lot of season left. We're going to need everybody. And so getting that right, the balance right, is going to be key, because when we get everybody back, this is going to be a team that people are going to look at and say, holy, you know what? They've got these guys that are starting, and they can get these guys off the bench. It'll be good.
What is it about the Sounders and your coaching that second half, the success? I know you're not going to tell us all this.
Well, because I don't have the answer. I mean, we were trying to go through 16, 17, 18, what pushed us in those moments to, forge ahead, get result, whatever. I think each season has a different storyline. And so we're trying to, reflect back on how we did things, why we did things, who did those things, and try and, reinvest in some of those points that we learned from over the years. So we don't know yet, but what I can tell you is that team, the last two training sessions, they have been very competitive. They're all happy to be back together. I think it's been good.
Javier Arriaga is a player that you wanted to kind of let sit and kind of watch and learn. Has he shown you anything maybe that plan has changed in that regard?
I mean, you guys saw his last couple games. His games were quality. He's still got some nuances, He's got some things he needs to learn about the league, but he has got a bright future with this club for sure.
Do you see him kind of wanting to get that competition-wise, wanting to get that role?
Yeah, he's very competitive. I mean, look, we lost Chad, added another guy, very high-quality guy. Same process. I am blessed to have 3 starting caliber center backs on this team. And then you put in, Saad, who's done well. You got Campbell, who's played 50 some odd games in MLS. I think we're actually pretty good in that position.
Victor Rodriguez, can you tell us a little bit about how he's doing or what protocol he's on?
He tweaked his hamstring. He'll be today was his off day. That's why he's not on the field. But he'll do 2 days of work, be off, more work. I mean, the trainers will get him ready as fast as he can.
It seems like every summer has been sort of a rite of passage where there's been some interest in Nicolas Lodeiro moving elsewhere. Just from a coaching perspective, how do you deal with that? The same thing coming up, it seems like every summer.
Well, I mean, it was the same when, I could look at young kids. I mean, young kids, do scouts come to watch our young kids because our academy program's going? Is Nico always a target? There was some noise. You would know better than anybody about Morelia back for Raul. Is Roman going somewhere else? I mean, there's rumors all day long in this league. So I just take it as, Nico has had a long history with Boca. But whenever I speak to him, he's very happy here. He loves Seattle. He loves the fans. You guys can look at his on-field performance, and you tell me if that looks like a player who doesn't want to be here. It's just white noise to me.
Brian, how much has that evolved in the soccer game as you coaching in terms of, the access with players? There's always a rumor about somebody, whether it's MLS or, it just seems like every coach is dealing with that.
Well, it just shows that we are becoming more mainstream. I mean, if you're looking at the, football, basketball, baseball, hockey, we're right there. You guys are testament, and thank you all for doing what you do. You guys are out here every day. You guys are digging for stories. You guys are asking questions. I think that's great. I think it's just a sign that look, soccer, the men's side is here. The women's side had a good bump with the World Cup win. Soccer in this country is becoming very mainstream.
What's Joe Jones' status? Is he still?
He is on his way back.
Okay.
I let him go because it was the birth of his child. He will be back for the game on Sunday.
Raul had the heel thing earlier this year, then he's been gone. with Peru. Have you gotten a sense from him now that he's back?
He has reported back no injuries, raring to go. Nothing good. I'm hoping, I know, knowing Raul, that he will be excited to step onto the field because look, Peru had a good run. They did many good things, but Raul was, not a large participant. He got some minutes there, scored the penalty, did some stuff to help his team win. But I know he wants to play.
It's a pretty big striker matchup with him and Joseph Martinez, obviously. And what do you make of the?
Could be one of the storylines for you guys to follow. I mean, there's a lot of them. Atlanta's a good team. They've got a lot of good players. Obviously, they've had a few games as of late. They've got some Open Cup games, midweek game, all that sort of stuff. So we'll see what they bring, but I'm sure Frank will have them ready.
And is that the testament you're talking about in terms of soccer being mainstream? It's going to be packed, ESPN, two good teams. Is this just an example?
Yeah. I mean, the storyline that guys were trying to make out is that, on MLS.net it said Sounders taught Atlanta a lot of things. It was just a headline to grab news. It was, no, everybody learns from everybody. We sit there and learn from them. Other Cincinnati, other people visit us. People are going to go visit Atlanta now to see how they created all the excitement in their own markets. On the field, I think it's different. I think on the field, teams do their own thing. Portland's had their challenges with their stadium. Gio's done a good job. Some of the new coaches in the league have done a good job. Jim Curtin got a new contract the other day. I mean, on the field, it's a little different than off the field, but certainly that Atlanta-Seattle rivalry has got a lot of storylines to it.